Okay, there we go. I think that's working. Goddamn program changing my key, making me late. So, I still have 3 job quests from Stormblood that I need to finish, and then the Tribal Alliance quest. So, in order for me to advance anything else, I need to do those things. So, I'm going to do the Astrologian, Stormblood Astrologian quest for today, and then tomorrow, I'm going to do the Stormblood Black Mage, and try to squeeze in the Stormblood Bard as well. So let's begin. Actually, I'll be right back. I should probably get some water. Alright, let's begin. Jacques? Top of the morning. Oh, top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you, Gudrak. Or is it evening? It is hard. It is hard. It is hard. But is it hard? I'm trying to see if... Okay, it's going through perfectly well. It is hard to tell. Locked up here in the Athenium day and night. Alright, technically speaking, I can leave at any time of my choosing. But it is as if some strange force prevents me from stepping forth into the light. But enough about that. You are here to learn what became of your humble companion while you were off saving the realm. Well, since Ishgard's quite abrupt change in leadership, the vault has become somewhat more receptive to the contemporary idea of Lady I mean Master Rufin. They have even asked our compatriot in disguise to hold for them another symposium on Charlian astrology, and this time within the city-state proper, and not at some forsaken hamlet. Nothing against the few civilized citizens, nothing against the fine citizenry of Falcon's Nest. Mind you, in fact, the good Rufin has foreseen your approach in the stars and awaits you in the observatorium. Though the look on your face tells me you are less than convinced. Still the skeptic, after all. We have been through together, eh? Allow me to recreate this morning's reading. In the center of the Dawn Cross we have the spear. To its left, the inverted arrow. To the right, the inverted balance. Beneath, we have the inverted spire, and the inverted bow. And finally, the crown is the ewer. Well, do you not see it? It is as plain as the stench of day-old piss in the broom on the balmy summer's eve. Though peace hath settled upon our great land, it would be along the path of coming destruction that friends new and old shall discover the brush that doth bring the fruit of knowledge and hope. And to think it was you who turned to all 6 heavens. In other words, he who brought peace to Shgard, that would be you, will walk the road south to the observatorium where, I don't know, shall read some book with Lady Leveva to discover a new spell of delivering exquisitry. Excruciating pain to your enemies and their families? It all sounds more convincing when she explained it to me this morning over the bottle of wine. Or was it 2 bottles? At any rate, I will suggest you make haste. You know how our little prodigy does not take kindly to those who make her wait. It was good seeing you again, Gudrak, and something tells me you will be back again soon. Wink. That reading took way too long. I need to do Soaring Prophets. Load, damn it. God, I'm tired. This depending on how long it takes. If it takes 2 hours, then this is it. If it takes 1.5, I'll try to squeeze in some other stuff. Hey, where is she? I usually don't like the Astrologian robes. She's at the bottom. My lady? A few times it's not ironic to say my lady. Friend and fellow Astrologian, it is good to see you again. What has it been? 2, 3? Let us just say that it has been too long. Jacques near. Speak to you of my reading. Well, then there is hope for that well-dressed dullard yet. Though I've learned the key to success is not entrusting him with more than one task at a time, and making certain that the task does not require much in the way of thinking, or acting, for that matter. As for the reading, I believe instructions as to me. I believe it instructs as to our next step in spreading the word of
Master Rufin, an injured traveler has arrived on our gates, seeking succor.
An ill omen. With me, Gudrak.
Please, I can walk no further.
The stars are kind in guiding you to this place. The Astrologians here have ways of easing one's hurts.
Astrologians? I have no need of prophecy or prognostic, or I should stay my tongue and allow you to tend to my wounds. My apologies. Oh my, you have recovered quickly. May you have a quick recovery, friend. In time, you will come to believe the power the stars wield.
My lady left. Master Rufin. Gujax. Master Gujax felicitous returns inspire me to step out for a breath of fresh air. And behold, already does it all appear a new adventure is upon us. And here I was thinking you made the journey south to lend your talents and prepare us for the forthcoming symposium.
Master Rufin, or was it Lady Leviv? If I may, allow me to give you my thanks and my apologies for earlier. I have a tendency to allow your unbridled emotion to get the better of you. That was amazing. You know, when I was You know what I was going to say before I even said it. But where is my manners? I am Kyokuho of Hingashi, and have braved storm and sea to learn of the many wonders it is said as to be found in this magnificent realm. But you already knew that, didn't you?
No, I did not. Now, if you would excuse me, I must get back to, matters which are important.
Important matters, such as astrological matters? Could you show me? I wouldn't be a burden. I'd stand in the corner, the shadows. In the shadow, behind the curtain.
Well, while I appreciate the somewhat forceful enthusiasm, I'm afraid there won't be a
Oh, I was merely hoping that we might be able to share insight into each other's fields.
To others' fields? You won't happen to be a geomancer, would you?
A geomancer?
So-called masters of wind and water. My grandfather had a tome on the Far East art of elemental and directional divination. Though much of it seemed little more than folklore.
My lady, did not the morning's greetings mention new friends and old? What if Kudrak was the friend old and this peculiar little man the friend new?
The spear pointed west, and the boil pointed east. The spear pointed the directions, and the spear pointed in all directions. The arrow, and none. It might just mean Kyokuho. It pains me to admit as much. It appears your arrival has been foretold. Perhaps there is much that I can learn from you. Nay, that we can learn from each other.
But there is. Soon you will learn the push and pull of elements, bringing together those who require companionship most.
Yes, the elements. We will have to discuss that further at another juncture. For the time being, I am placing you in the care of my first and foremost pupil, Kudrak.
Excellent. An excellent proposal. Or I believe the Hingan says Ikaku. I dabbled a bit in language. When I was younger, but for the life of me, the ebon-haired emissary would not afford me even a sidelong glance. That might I hazard that this is no finer place to begin unlocking the secrets of the stars than under the boil near Roots Lake. I shall even lead good Kyokuho to the South Shroud myself, if Kudrak agrees to do the rest.
After you, then. Next we meet Kyokuho. We will have opened the first gate and better understand the influence the stars hold over all of us. Safe journeys. This is weird. If this all goes according to plan, or Keikaku, or whatever, then not only will the Easterner teach me his people's secrets, but he will help spread the art of my homeland across the three great continents
to the far shores of Othard. Othard, Odenard. To root.
I need to clear out some of these hard mode dungeons.
Ah, there you are. I was beginning to wonder if you hadn't been eaten by a hovering fly or on your way here. But I jest. Jacques Snur tells me that you are quite the authority on all things related to the boil. So, enlighten me, oh honorable sensei. Oh honorable sensei. I am, as you Westerners say, all eyes. Who is it he is? The Eorzeans believe in from the tree planted by the gods in the very heavens that all life was born. Fascinating. So this is your boil. In the Far East, we know of the constellation as something different, but no, it all the same. I must admit, however, it seems, seeing it under a different sky, then my own fears my heart, with a sense of both wonder and now confusion, knowing what it represents to your people. What I cannot wrap my head around is that you truly believe the notion so foolish as that the power of Earth, a word that by your own definition means soil, would not come from the sky itself, but rather from 6 tiny lights flickering the night skies? We students of geomancy believe the most power naturally lies beneath our feet, even flow through creation as blood does through our veins. Yet despite the difference in our thinking, the similarities are encouraging. All trees are born of the earth, and their protection is universal. A most thought-provoking opinion that I am certain Lady Leviva would be delighted to hear. Though might I suggest you withhold the part about being unable to wrap your head around our foolish notions, unless you enjoy being a steel-toed boot wedged firmly twixt the buttocks. Shall we be going then? By this hour, Lady Leviva would have already made the journey back to the Athenaeum. Ooh.
Ooh, that's fun. The next custom delivery person is a plant. God, nearly 30 minutes for one quest.
My thanks for taking the ingot off my hand, and not because I think our visitor is an annoying little braggart with all the manners of a kobold foundling, which I still do, but because I need the time to finish my work without distraction. Tell me, did I miss? I see. Perhaps I judged Kyoku too harshly. I still have my reservations, but I shall afford him the benefit of the doubt for now. Teachings of geomancy may be grounded in fairy tales and falsehoods, but my grandfather tells me that every lie is born from truth. If I can find the truth within Kyokuho's backwards beliefs may provide insight into our own school of thought. I see now that my choice to assign you as his tutor was a wise decision. Might I ask this of you, Kudrak? I promise that once the symposium has ended, I shall assume the duty of Kyokuho's tutelage. I sense great fortune in our stars, my friend. Good fortunes indeed. Kudrak, I see you received my summons. You didn't receive my summons? 12 damn that Jacques Nard to the 7th hell and back. He's going to forgive me. It shall be sufficient time for the condemnation of his soul. After after 11 felt tots. For now, I must speak to you about Kyokuho's training. Despite appearing in appearance and attitude and manners and courting habits, our traveler from the east has proven quite motivated in his studies of our ways. In fact, while you were off doing whatever it was you do, he successfully opened the next 4 gates of heaven. Anyway, preparations for the symposium have left me with little time to pick the boy's mind. But I have nevertheless managed to fully grasp the primitive concepts of geomancy. In fact, I plan on incorporating several of the ideas as annotations into my presentation. It is what my father would have wanted. Now, as to why I have asked you here, Kyokuho is very close to attuning to the final heaven, the spear, and I think it only fitting that his instructor be there to accompany him during the finest moment. And because I am obviously too occupied at the moment, I thought perhaps you can join him in my stead. Then it is settled. You will guide young Kyokuho on his final steps to glory and enlightenment, as I did you those many moons ago. Follow me outside, Jack, and let us begin our friend the good tidings together.
See, this quest is proof that the entirety of FF14 is not in a few days. It takes a course of course of months, even years.
That is odd. I could have sworn he was right here about a month ago. Valeria, have you seen Kyokuho? Valeria, are you listening to me? If it is the king and you seek, he hurried out of the Athenium side entrance. Not 5 heartbeats passed. He was quite animated, even more than usual. A variable one-man, humorous tragedy, all full of jumping and flailing and pumping of fists. Could have unsettled the boy so. I suppose it might have been the letter I handed. I was delivered just this morning. It was delivered just this morning. Kyokuho skimmed over it quickly, asked me several cursory questions about the heaven of ice, and I gave several cursory answers, and then was gone. And you did not try to stop him? Why would I? He was leaving. If my intuition is correct, and it usually is, something in that missive had led Kyokuho to believe that he does not have much time left in Eorzea, and so he set off the steel veil that he might open the final gate and complete his training before he departs our realm. Gudrak, it looks as if our plan is already set in motion. To the Central Highlands.
Hey ho! I fly! Behold.
The bird.
Bit hasty though, boy.
Gudrak, this is the second time you have saved me from my folly. Well, technically speaking, it's the first. You're merely standing around as Lady I've ever healed my wounds. Right. I'll stop there. I know it makes little sense to leave without saying anything despite the fact you, Lady Leveva, and Jacques Wisner all were there mere yams from where I stood. But some stories are already told, and who are we to struggle against the ebb and flow that carry us ever towards our fates? Alright, that was a poor excuse. The truth is I have summoned back to my homeland and was too ashamed to face those who had shown me so much support. And so I thought to come here, open the gate to the final heaven, and then take the next trading galleon out of Uldar before any of you realized I was gone. As you can see, things did not unfold as planned. But since you are here, perhaps we can have one last lesson for old time's sake? I see both power and compassion, the yin to the other's yang. It is as if the more I learn of the stars, the less I know. To think that this may be the last I ever see of your heavens. This is Holone. I am beginning to understand why your people treasure them so. And with that opening of the sixth, I have prepared mind and soul for the seventh. The final gate has led to true dominion over the elements, or so Lady Leveva insists. Our conversations have been eye-opening, to say the least. She theorizes that our two schools may actually be one and the same, where its astrologians look the stars above to read their fates. We geomancers look to the stars below and listen to its songs and draw answers from it. Whispers. While I am certain my masters back in Hingashi cringe upon hearing that a Westerner of not 20 summers believes she has grasped 1,000 generations of teaching, I am willing to indulge her eccentricities. Now that I have known her, she means no ill will. I only wish that we would have more time to probably see if there were some way we could have combined our knowledge to create something new. Something the world has never seen, never before seen. And with that, I bid you, Lady Leveva, Quinperin, Muriel, Muriel, soft-skinned Flumbia, sweet-lipped Hustarethith, and tall chap on the second floor, always mumbling about some star's magnitude. Even Jacques Cousteau, the fondness of their farewell. I have a long journey ahead of me, and if I did not leave now, I fear I will never be able to. Between you and me, I've never been that skilled at astrology. 2 winters here and I still haven't opened a single heaven. I can't even spell half of the ridiculous terms we've supposed to memorize. But since the arrival of the mysterious Easterner, I seem to have found a renewed interest in his body. I mean studies. Lady. Do you believe the Observatorian has requested a draft of some constellation-based celestial chart to supply those who have use for the past 4 centuries? Of course you would. It was you and Lord Jacques Cousteau. Jacques Quinard, who started this chaos.
I'm kind of padding it out.
The chief astrologian for Lamore assigned me here for future training. I knew my accidental killing of his cat and the experiment with the earthly star was not to be forgiven. And now that Lady Leveva's teachings have garnered the attention of the vault, it appears our stars have finally risen. The arrival of the brilliant and talented and handsome and talented Kyokoho is just further proof of this.
My lord, you ladies are thirsty. What about me? A warrior of light.
You are back. But I do not see Kyokuho. Is he not fond of our Is he out fawning over Aurelia again? Back to Higashi. Cannot say this was unexpected. The deck of 60 told me as much this morning. I asked Jacques Cousteau what was written in the letter. You thought he above reading another's correspondence? You give him far too much credit than not is due. Kyokuho is not a child. He knew what coming to Eorzea would entail, and he knew that he would one day need to return to his homeland. And while we may not have always agreed, almost never agreed, do come to respect the man and his steely resolve. Allow him space. If the stars deem it fitting, then he will be back. Or perhaps next it will be our turn for a journey over storm and sea. He's gone. He's gone. And without saying goodbye. I cannot believe it. I will not believe it. Oh, what I would not give to have one more moment with my brother, my soulmate, my... Lady Lefevre told you I read his letter. Oh well then, yes, it was all pain. It will pain me to tell the other Noveritis that Kyokuho has returned to his native land far away on the other side of the world. I may even need to personally comfort those most stricken with grief by his sudden and tragic departure. The truth be told, I am going to miss having the Hingen around. He certainly did liven the place up. Godspeed, Kyokuho. May your return journey leave you miserable and wet, but see you safely home.
Yeah, because the ladies were into him and not you. Petty man.
While your visit fills my heart with joy, Gudrak, cannot bring myself to smile knowing that Lady Lefevre is troubled so, though she should, and be spending these final days before the symposium, placing the final touches on her address to the vault. She instead spends her time wandering around the pillars in a daze, murmuring to herself about earth, wind, and water. I fear that Kyokuho's departure has left a gap in Lady Lefevre's heart, and she knows not how to fill. I have tried at length to set her mind at ease. One needs not be a reader of hot stars to guess how well that ends. Perhaps if you spoke with her, she will finally listen to reason. Now that Kyokuho is gone, it is back to assisting Lady Lefevre with her preparations for the symposium. At least the work keeps my mind off his arse. I mean my mind on the stars. He's gone. He didn't even say goodbye. Now I look up into the star heavens and all I see is the black of the void. Even the stars refuse to smile anymore. My lord, ladies. Did you know how long it took me to accept Charlian? Astrology has a legit school of study. And now you are asking me to accept the teachings of the Far East Flake? I should have been a machinist. Will you believe the Emporium? Kojak, to what do I owe the honor? No, let me guess, our good friend Jacques Nod asked you to tell me, talk some sense into my poor addled pratted Lviv. Oh, and oh goody, today I have the privilege of being lectured by both of you. Why, Lady Lviv and Gudrak, imagine finding you two out here for this fair moon. Enough with the theatrics, Jean. I know you play here, and as I have told you time and time again, I have not forgotten my duties to the Athenaeum or my obligations. The symposium I simply have time to think alone. To which I keep replying, why think alone when you have one of the greatest minds in the realm at your disposal? And Gudrak. Greatest mind, eh? And riddle me this. Why are the results of my readings for the day before Gudrak and Kyokuho arrived still weighing on my mind? Why does it feel as if I'm missing, or rather, misinterpreting some devilishly important detail? Peace comes, friends. Our friends are made. Dangerous paths are trotted. Knowledge is gained. And did that not already occur? Kyokuho and Gudrak both arrive at the Dragon Song War's end. Gudrak saves Kyokuho from death at the Steel Vigil. Knowledge of geomancy is shared with the Athenaeum. Yes, but what if the coming disaster told by the inverted spire was not incident at the Citadel? Something else. Something far more grave. Then that would mean the prophecy's fruit of knowledge and hope was not Kyokuho's story of his art, but something different. Something we will only see by continuing on this perilous path. But it is truly the path that is disastrous, or our decision to pursue it. A big promotion is just around the corner. At the end of the path of disaster is hope. Exactly what I was thinking, only through the unavoidance of some unforeseen peril will hope and knowledge be required. And I believe the disaster is a question has something to do with Kyokuho's return home, if not the return itself. It could also mean that our friend is in danger. I see where you are going with this, and why I love our red-robed ruffian Ryuza as much as anyone, excepting Bill Larissa, perhaps. A journey at this time would mean the cancellation of our symposium, and with that, any chance of the Holy See ever taking us seriously. And now you can see why I've been up here day and night fighting my minions to the quick. I apologize, a lack of sleep can work ill on one's humors, but I think your intervention here today may have provided a solution to our predicament. The solution I am now kicking myself for not having come to earlier. The solution I myself proposed not days ago when deciding how I might attend Kyokuho's opening of the sixth heaven. Gudrak will travel to Higashi. I'm reading the readings did not mention friends old and friends new, I recall nothing in these about silver-haired astrologians from Sharlayan, but how do you propose to find our charge? The Far East is a big place, perhaps we should write a letter?
Yes, and address it to Kyokuho Hingashi? No, you dullard. You have something far better. You have the stars, and our undying faith that they will guide us to what we seek.
Or Gudra could start his search in Kugane, the port city from which Kyokuho claims he came. Focus on the location which serves as exceptional venture of stargazing, a pastime our friend warmed to during his stay with us.
Or Gudra could. No, wait. It's actually a decent proposal. Gudra, you have your quest. May the stars guide you true. Oh, and I will expect reports, many reports. Jean, let us return to prep.
Oh, alright, maybe after a few bills rest first.
And break.
I, Toro, and angels deserve to die.
Don't want to use that much money, so I'm gonna have to burn through the time.
One hour. I have 2 more quests after this. I believe there is 2 duties left. There might be a duty for this one, but...
Oh, no, there's one here. I also need to do Hildebrand. Let me see how long that is and if... oh, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. There's 9 quests for Hildebrand. Do I want to do that? I'm going to do it because I need to do it for the current.
Kugan is packed like a warehouse with multi-story hostels and tea houses. As the couples will narrate, afford a man a decent view of the skies. Though if you want to see the heavens and all its glory, you must needs make your way up. Take this bridge behind you. There atop that might span the stars away. She faces directly west of Kuganet Castle. No, out towards the Ruby's Tide and Orthard beyond. It is said her location was determined by a great geomancer who told the first Bagyo. Placing it there would ensure the city's prosperity for generations to come.
You know what? If I do this quickly enough, I'm gonna do one of the bonus dungeons. In order to do that quickly, I'm gonna do it as a Dark Knight.
Darkness, 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 darkness.
It's also a way of me trying to kill a few birds with one stone. Do you happen to do the same, lady? Or are you just still standing here writing stuff?
Well, wasn't that an adventure, Gudrak? I sad to think that we must soon part ways. What with all we've been through these past few moons? Satisfied with the city's unwillingness to turn her over to the Guardians. I'm over. Jeremis has decided to purchase a permanent berth above Hingashi for the Prima Vista. Supposedly he has already received petitions from hundreds of Ginko and Gin to join the company. And then there's the matter of my assignment. You'll be delighted to learn that I am almost finished. How do you expect one to write an expose of battling evil forces of evil from beyond the void? Don't you worry. A few more weeks and I'll have a draft. Alright, an outline. Till then, I'll keep here and guarding a while longer. The Raven's expense, of course. Farewell.
Young lady, you're milking your company for all it's worth. Alluring woman.
Well, I wish to walk under the stars. I go with my promise to the Tosogari Bridge spanning beyond the pier. The melting of crimson into indigo is a sight you will not soon forget.
Will you talk faster, lady? I have 2 more quests after this. Fingers are hurting because I keep twirling.
If it is the stars you seek, then you need only look up. But if it is a fool you seek, one who calls himself a master of wind water, when in fact he is none more than a cheat, a liar, and a disgrace to our noble profession, then perhaps you might find the rat where all rats hide, near the piers.
Dumb Astro. Dumb. Punch you. Why was she gone? What? I also should do the gathering thing. At least a few that after. It is the Prima Vista.
I see someone has taken my spot. I may just have to split his skull and toss his body to the tides. I'm pulling your arm, Gudrak. Or was it ear? You Westerners have such odd sayings. What brings you so far from home? A path fraught with danger, misfortune, and impending doom. Yes, well, the situation may not be as encouraging as my jovial demeanor suggests. It all began several decades ago when the Bakufu decided they were opening the port to foreign trade vessels. To accommodate the influx of ships, a section of ancient coastline forest was cleared. However, doing so enraged the entity who has guarded the forests for countless generations, a golden fox named Kinko. Great battle ensued, but claws and fangs were no match for cold steel. Kinko was slain and the new port completed. The fox spear, however, remained, unspoiling our milk, withering our crops, causing storms that dashed ship after ship against our rocky cliffs. In desperation, the Bakofu turned to the land's most powerful giants, my great-grandfather, Kazen. Kazen used the power of the sea, the sky, and the land to soothe the spirit long enough that he could erect an invisible barrier that not only protected the city but ensured that it would prosper. At once the fortunes of Kugane's citizen turned. Great-grandfather was hailed a hero, geomancy as the savior of our nation. Within a matter of moons, the streets were lined with the stalls and tents of would-be seers and people practicing throwing coins at them for their advice and blessings. These pretenders, these charlatans, were not interested in the sacred rites passed down to my great-grandfather from his great-grandfather and his great-grandfather before him. They were not interested in maintaining the barrier that preserved Kugane's luster and drove back the powers that would see it fall. No, we were more interested in lining pockets, and now the bonds that hold the barrier in place are about to break. There is none left with knowledge to mend them. Knowledge died with the passing of my grand. So I set off to convince the geomancers of Kugane that only uniting would we discover the means to save our fair city. That only uniting we stave off the darkness and bring lasting prosperity to one and all. That only united shall my great-grandfather's legacy live on. Alas, I failed, branded a deceiver by those many men and women who had grown fat and decadent, unable to mend the bonds myself, nor arouse my peers to act. I stood out on this very bridge and thought on an answer and then I saw it in the setting sun. My answer lie the west.
Oops. Sorry.
And so I packed my bags and headed to Eorzea in search of anything that might help me save Kugane. I believe that something astrology. I believe that something astrological, but before I could be certain, I was summoned home. This you already know.
Shit.
Use astrology to restore the barrier. Since then, I have come here every night, hoping the stars might provide me with another revelation, but they remain silent. Kudrak, the heavens speak through you. Tell me, what do they say? That's brilliant. I don't know why I didn't think of it. If there was one thing that I learned while in Ishgard, it was that Western astrology is in many ways a complement to geomancy. Used together, they might just work. After all, you need only use your aspected benefit, and you can mend any injury. Is that not so? No, really, I'm genuinely asking. The lesson explaining the finer details of the star's power had how to harness it was conveniently scheduled for the day before I returned home. But you know it all. Tell me, you can help repair the barrier? I knew it. Great-grandfather, I found a way to make things right. Well then, we have no time to lose. Great-grandfather created his barrier by anchoring the energies of wind, water, and earth to 4 shrines located at the north, west, northeast, south, and west ends of the city. It is there the bonds must be repaired. We shall begin with the nearest western shrine at the short pier. There's one of the shrines of which I spoke. It may not look like much, but if it were to be destroyed, the entire city would be overrun with giant testicle raccoon dogs and flying rainbow cats, or probably just an angry spirit. My plan is simple. If I am correct, aspected benefic will entwine with the barrier's geomantic energies, bending it as easily as it does flesh. We shall wait till the nightfall to perform the rite. For the last thing we need is a drunken Ronin breaking our concentration.
What was my regen? Oh, that's regen, but. Oh, God. I'm dumb.
The magic's intertwined, like two halves of a whole. From the heart of the earth to the eyes of the stone, so do the waters flow to his last barrier form. The next shrine we will find keep in and keep in Rakushu's garden to the south of you.
Behold my power. I behold my might.
You know what to do. Attune to the shrine and determine the extent of the bond's damage. Servants of the fox are mending at first western bond. Must have alerted her to our presence. Focus. It requires focus. It requires a complete. Focus is required to complete the seal, and my heart will not rest easy until these restless spirits are sent back to the land. Kyohoku. Now, Gutra, before more are summoned. That wasn't so bad. Now, next step, I shall perform the ritual. To the eyes of the stone. So do the waters flow, 'tis last battery formed. That's half. At this rate, the barrier will be full strength before sunrise. Onward to Kugane Castle.
Whirl a twirl. Fingers are feeling better. The Eastern Shrine. It appears I have spoken too soon. Kanko knows that we are doing and sends her minions out in force to stay our hand. Try and not stray too far from my side, if not for your safety, for mine. Oh dear Lord. Gravity! Right, Kujak. Let us put this shrine behind us. I fear every moment we tarry, the stronger Kenko's gaze upon us grows. My eyes, friend, I am concentrating on the anchor. Be my eyes, friend, from the heart of the mountain to the eyes of the storm. So do the waters flow with his lasting bridge form. There is but one shrine remaining. The north thoroughly, as you know, or do not. The north is where all ill fortune gathers. I expect the most resistance there. Prepare yourself. See if I do 2 in a row if it's fast. Wait, Faust, denizen of darkness. It doesn't hurt to try, does it? Look out! Alrighty. You cannot breathe easy until your magics are cast, and I have complete the right. Hurry! Deep breaths, Kyohoku. You know what to do. From the heart of the mountain to the eyes of the storm.
so do the waters flow. 'Tis a lasting bridge form. Aha! We did it! We repaired my great-grandfather's barrier, and thwarted the golden fox. A fine display, fine, indeed. Though if it were I might have used gravity instead of malefic. While the foul creature had, alright. I'll just have to stay that tongue of mine again.
Kyohoku, I was told there were spirits in the streets.
Ah, you arrived just as they are vanquished. How fortuitous. Fortunate. Yes, Master Murakumo. The bonds are mended and made whole with the Western magics and a little shoulder grace. Or was it knuckle grace, Scrooge? I gave him the wrong voice.
Western magic? Then this Aegean lord is...
None other than... And wait till you see the reinforced bonds. The energies twist together with ours like sun and moon, like darkness and light. They are one. They are as one, Master.
Then I was right to summon you home. Pardon my intrusion, Trump. I am Murakumo, second pupil of the great Kazan, an instructor to young Kyokuho.
And with Kugane safe, I can return to the Ishigard to complete my training as an Astrologian. Huzzah!
Absolutely not. While you have mended the weakened bonds for now, there... ephemerity remains. Unless you expect your friend here to remain in Kugane for the remainder of his life, we'll need to find a more permanent solution. In other words, the bonds may be layered anew. The bonds must be laid anew.
But you know as well as I the secret to tying those bonds died with my grandfather.
Not a day goes by that I... Not a day goes by that I do not suffer the burden of my ineptitude. Had I shown promise in the art as your grandfather did, perhaps cousin would have trusted me with the knowledge as well. But he did not, and now they are both gone. We can lament that which we cannot change, or we can put aside our past failings and seek the path which leads us forward.
My master is right. Perhaps there is something in my grandfather's tomes, or perhaps I may still find a way to win over the other geomancers to our cause. There is always hope in there too. Not? Anyways, you've given us time to search for an answer, and for now and for that I am grateful. But City would be as well if they knew you had saved them from an army of angry wraiths looking to devour their souls. And defecate their bones straight into the darkness of hells.
In his haste to find a difficult answer, he looks past the simple ones right before his eyes. It may take Kyokuho time to realize it. You are the hope which we seek in time. You would come to see it as well.
The shrine?
Come to the rain. Come rain or shrine.
God damn you, Koji! So I guess this is farewell, unless that is you're staying. You're staying? He's staying, Master. He's staying. What changed your mind? No, don't tell me. Knowing that you would be here with me and Master, Makuro, is enough. I'm beginning to worry what I would do the next time the city was invaded by Kinko's minions. Master can barely make his way out of the privy each morning, let alone battle bloodlusting specters. Now that you mention it, this all reminds me of the reading Lady Leveva conducted the morning I arrived at the observatorium. Something about friendly paths lined with danger, fruit, brushes winding their ways to hope. The stars truly have predicted all this. If so, I'm impressed. I would need to think more on the issue. Till then, might I suggest you continue the refinement of your art here in scenic Gashi? You'll find there are beasts just as formidable as yours in the West, if not doubly so. I have some good news and some bad news, Kudrak. The bad news is a 27th reading of my great grandfather's stones failed to reveal anything about the bonds that the previous 36 readings have not. The good news is, if you recall it, if you can call it that, is that we did discover where Great Grandmaster Cousin conducted his training when he was young, in his youth. How does this help us? Good question. Still not completely certain myself, but it is more than we have the last time you were here. And an ounce of hope is better than none at all. So what do you say, my friend? Are you up for a journey across the Ruby Sea? Haha! I knew you couldn't turn me down. Still, the road ahead won't be easy. Yangsha is large and the scars of war run deep along the Genshin chains. Gensui chains. It may be that might have helped. It may be that which might have helped has already been claimed by Flame. We'll have to place faith in our fortunes and hope they guide us true. I've decided we shall begin our search in Namai for the reason that, well, there is no reason, but you have to start somewhere, eh? I shall meet you there. Safe travels, Kudrak.
Master Cousin would rarely speak of his youth, but I do recall several instances during our own training where he would treat the visitors from the main. I did not dare ask who they were, for We were allowed. We were allowed to speak only when spoken to. And now that I reflect back upon those visits, it might have been the geomancers of Yangsha. I'm quickly losing my voice.
I have 2 more quests left. This one and the level 70 quest. Oh, these are wordy.
Tunamai. I twirl in place.
The air is heavy with mist, and these shacks probably let in more rain than they keep out. Something like a tome wouldn't survive a single moon here, let alone the decades since my grandfather's training. Still, a few words with the village elders provided an interesting bit of information. Though it would require some coaxing, several were able to recall memories of a robed seer who resided in the nearby temple, a temple that was in use up until the Garlean invasion, subsequent banning of all religions. The building, called the Swallow's Compass, well, while some abandoned, still remains in good repair. But listen to this. Locals avoided for fear of disturbing the spirits with which they believe the geomancers communed. Did you know that what this means? There could still be something left inside. Come.
How far I have to fly? Oh dear lord, it's right over there.
The Swallow's Compass built during the rule of the first Doman king. I took the liberty to explore the grounds before you arrived and discovered this door. I know it pales in comparison to that impressive gate behind us, compelling any normal thief or bandit to dismiss it outright. But then, I erect a geomantic field to protect it. I sense the flow of energy, and
energies here. Whatever lies beyond this door is the geomancers want to keep it safe. In fact, there may even be a trap, which is why only I shall attempt a crossing of the threshold. I mean, who knows what terrible guardians has been summoned to protect the temple?
Yes, I'm ready. Behold, the Starman. Go Starman. I haven't been playing my Astrologian in a while, but honestly, Astrologian is my favorite healer. That or Scholar. Those are like my favorite pure healer is the Astrologian. My favorite shield healer is the Scholar.
Well, I guess now we know what terrible guardian was summoned to protect the temple. You'll also be happy to hear I was able to temporarily nullify the barrier, granting access into the chamber beyond. As there may be more traps, I ask that you wait out here to deal with them for me. Just kidding. I have already checked. There is none more traps, probably. Fortune is with us, Gudrak. The scrolls were intact, the barrier having protected them from both the elements and thieves. It took some searching, but I believe I was able to locate several that touch upon the laying of geomantic bonds. At first, I thought I was. At least I think I was able to. The script on the scroll is old and faded, not to mention written in a hand far beyond my comprehension. Luckily, Master Makuro is almost as ancient as the tomes, and would have little difficulty prizing out their secrets. A decanter or 6 of hot sake and he'll warm to the task. I'll see you back at Shiokaze Hostery, Gudrak. I'll even save you a cup.
Kyokuho, the Westerner has joined us. Might I suggest you do the same?
Oh, my apologies. Gujak, you may want to sit down for this, or not. Doesn't matter. Nothing really matters, does it? Scrolls, they contain knowledge of the trial, the complete ritual. In fact, it was in this very first one. Just our luck, right? Wind, water, earth. Creation of creates the bond. Cold for the energy. All three. Through this, much even a first-year novice of geomancy could tell you. Not what gave us pause. Mentioned as pause was the mention of a fourth energy. An energy to render the seal permanent. Kyokuho. Life. Don't you see, Gujak? They spilled living blood to complete the ritual. They damned the soul to an eternity without peace so that their magics not fade. I now understand why Master, Grandmaster, Cousin left no notes on the ritual. He did not wish this knowledge to fall into the wrong hands. But because he never performed the ritual himself, the bonds anchoring the barrier around Kugane never completed, and that is why they require constant attention. No blood was spilled to make them everlasting. My great-grandfather would not sacrifice even a single life to achieve his end, and neither will I.
That's enough, Kyokuho. There will be time to think on this. With the morrow, return to Kugendori, and see if you can find some solace in sleep. I do not fault my master for keeping this dark secret from me. The burden would have been far too much for me to bear. But then why tell Kyokuho's grandfather? One more mission.
I'm going to start earlier. I'm going to start earlier tomorrow. And
I failed. Just as did my great-grandfather. And my grandfather after him. We all knew that one means of creating a flawless barrier. And none of us could bring ourselves to do it. And lo, the bonds we forfeit. But several nights passed. Already have they begun to loosen the fray. They were weak for over long, allowing Kenko to regain her strength, to mend her wounds, to feed her anger. Now, there is aught we can do but watch as she gathers her minions for a final assault on the land she once ruled. Kugane does not stand a chance. Now would be a great time for us to stumble across the hope Lady Leveva reading promise would be at the end of this road of destination. Kujak, thank the stars you are finally here. It's been almost 4 bells since Master Kuro left on his daily inspection of the bonds. He most likely just stopped to warm his belly along the way, but I cannot help wonder if it's something worse. Will you help me search for the old man? We can stop at the closest shrine in Rakushi Sue Gardens.
Well, look, what we have here, boys, the Pretender is back with his teaching lapdog to do. Or whatever it is they're doing. Tell me again what exactly it is you're doing.
Well, any sign of him? Where could he have been? Where could he be? You don't suppose he tried something foolish to you? With the bonds as weak as they are, any matter of disturbance can rouse the golden fox, and the master is no longer of the age to defend himself.
Defend himself against what? A maid could walk the streets naked and unattended, carrying gold-filled sacks and not have so much as a finger laid upon her. Or are you spreading more lies about angry spirits to sow fear, so that you might offer your protection in exchange for the Bugyo's ransom?
I've done no such thing. I've merely been my fellow geomancer to aid the city in its time of need. Not once have I asked compensation for what I seek. If anything, it is you who seek to prey on the citizenry's ignorance.
Ha! So says the talentless hack who waves his grandfather's name around like he does his member. Your lies grow stale, Kyokuho. Continue sprouting them and not do you sully our craft, but the very legacy of Grandmaster Kazin. What would he say to the nonsense?
Are you even listening to me? Why does no one listen to me? All I desire is to mend my great-grandfather's magics and save Kugane. I do not seek coin. I do not seek fame. Why is that so hard for you to grasp? Gah, we're wasting our time, Jack. Let us continue to search for Master Kumo Arakumo. At the Westerly Shrine.
Slap.
Master Makuro! Kumo, are you hurt? The bonds were nearly undone. I tried to, but Kinko, she's here. She's already through. We need to perform the blood ritual. It is the only way. No, I already told you my great-grandfather spurned the spilling of innocent blood to complete the seal. And so have I. Besides, even if we were to conduct the ritual, there's no one to sacrifice. Then I shall be the sacrifice. Kyokuno. The many years since your grandfather passed, my sole purpose has been to find a means to mend cousin's barrier. It will be the greatest honor that with my death I might not only save the city, but granted the opportunity to watch over it for eternity. No, I cannot let you die, Master. Listen to what you are saying, Kyokuo. You cannot let me die. I want to do this. It is my decision to make and mine alone. Let not selfishness in your heart distract you from what needs to be done. You're wrong, Master. There must be another way. There's always another. There's always hope. Right, Kudrak? Tell me. How do we save Kugane?
It's simple. Use astrology.
Stop focusing on bonds and look to the fox. What do you mean, Kudrak?
What he means?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what he means. Lady Leveva, how did you? Where did you? Why did you? Lady Leveva?
Your powers of observation need cease to amaze me, Kyokuo. Aye, it is me, in the flesh. Fresh off a galleon, put in port this very morn. The symposium was a rousing success. The vault, quick to realize the benefits of my school's wisdom, could bring when applied to the rebuilding of Ishkar. It was even decided that several courses in Shalian astrology were to be taught at the scholastics starting next term. As so, with my father's dream fulfilled, I get finally free to pursue whatever I wish, and I wish to learn more of geomancy, so I am, and not a moment too soon by the looks of it. In the few bells I spent exploring the city for leads of your whereabouts, I learned much and more of our pretender and his end is nigh advocacy. So I began testing the bonds of barrier myself. It did not take long to realize that it was Kyokuho who was speaking. Verily, in these tractors, are true pretenders. So you'll help us mend the bonds? But how? Gudrak and I have already tried using energy drawn from the heavens, and that only worked to delay the inevitable. Guardian Spirit's strength has grown so great that the only thing that might hold her back is a new barrier anchored with bonds of lifeblood, and that I cannot allow. As always, Kyokuho, you hastily charge into a different answer, blinding you for a simple solution. You are right to harness the power of aspect to benefit, but you fail to grasp the true potential to bring succor. As so long as you focus on mending your grandfather's barrier, when you should have focused on Kinko herself. If her wrath can be quelled, the barrier will no longer be needed. So, you're saying that if we use the power of the stars to soothe Kinko's
wounded heart. You may convince her to stay her attack. Given your time to relay your grandfather's bloodless bond, but it would not work if Kinko is weak, and it will only work if Kinko is weak, and the manifestation of her soul scar cleansed. Right. So we only need to wait. Attacking Kinko and her spiritual minions simply anger her ever more?
Before something can be healed, it must first be heard. It is a sound plan, Kyokuho. And if it turns out you still require sacrifice,
There will be no sacrificing today, tonight, tomorrow, or ever. The stars have foretold our victory, and will provide us the strength we need to see our enemies overcome. That's what I'd like to hear. Follow me, then, to Kugane Castle. The spirits are certain to be dropped there.
let's do this.
The very hells have opened. Who will save us? Tenkanto. We just walked up all these steps for a final showdown at Kugane Castle, and now we have to walk all the way back down to Right. Mouth shut. Kinko will seek to draw our attention away from her by sowing chaos in the streets. Kyokoho, focus your energies on their thought. Rujak, you make swift work of our angry supplicants. I shall provide you both with support from the rear. Kyoko is attacking the people of Kugane. We have to save them. Yeah, you dumb piece of shit. Dumbass.
Help the people out, for they are the people I must save. Help the people out.
She flees. We can use this time to deal with Kyoko's thralls before giving chase. What is this I smell? The blood of him who dares.
The blood of he who dares. Keep me from my rightful domain, Kyaza.
The fox thinks I'm my grandfather, and it doesn't appear she's all that thrilled to see me.
Your insolence is neither forgot nor forgiven. It is you I shall devour first.
Behold the star bomb!
Oh, my star bomb! I wasted my star bomb. Also, I'm using light speed.
Gravity. Gravity.
Gravity song. Not wicked. Who was it? Behold, combustion! This time I will get you with the star bomb, young lady! Oh, star power!
This light, this war.
I should heal him. Yo, here's some healing. Go, bro. Heal that anguish. Oh, bomb.
Now she is ready. Gurjak, tap into the stars and guide the soothing light. And heal. And tap into the stars and guide the soothing-like energy through Kyoko. Starman.
Gosh darn.
Did it freeze?
Um. Oh, benediction. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
Kinko. Kinko is calmed. Now lay the bonds and complete your grandfather's ritual. May the war, may the wrath that once held rule be carried to the sea, where it be forgotten for eternity. It is done. Together we have saved Bugane, and with it torn down the walls that separate our two schools. This will be a day long remembered, the day a new hope was born.
Alright, where is everyone? You guys on the ground. Nope. Load!
At the end of the path of disaster is hope. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I told you so.
Wink. You know, I'm the one... Leveva? I'm the one who said... Young Liang, I'd slap you, but...
I don't know how to begin to thank you, both of you. Normally I would say that this normally I would say that this uncharacteristically display of humility is more than enough thanks, but I still require one thing in return for my assistance. A promise that this is not the end. Of course not. It's not the end, it's just the beginning. A new beginning for both geomancy and astrology. There's so much to be done, right? First we need to write down all that happened here today, then I'll need to.
So, this is Kugane. Hey? Not bad.
Jacques Wisner? What in the seven heavens name are you doing here? I expressly stated in my letter that you are not to follow me.
Lady Leveva, I am disappointed. You of all people should know you wanted me to stay put. You should have rather demanded that I come.
Yes, whatever was I thinking?
May I say that I am honored to have the foremost authority on astrology. Your display last night taught me there is still much I must learn about my own school. Something I would not have been able to do had I allowed myself to be sacrificed.
Kyohoku, I wanted to apologize. There, I said it. I still despise you and that smirk of yours. I can see that I was mistaken about you being a patenter. You have talent, almost as much as I would make a worthy rival. Huh? Coming from you, Unduko, I'll take it as a compliment. Lady Leveva, under any circumstances, I would have a banquet ahead. I would be on a banquet, headed back to Eorzea this very evening to complete my study training as an astrologian, but that is something I need to do first. You are, as you fought to educate Ishgard of your school, I must do the same here in Kugane with a geomancy unfaithful. The teachings of the masters have poisoned the city for too long. A wise decision, one that was surely not easy for you to make. Take as much time as you need, Kyokuho. See the ship right, see truth prevail. The stars will guide you back to us when the hour is right.
Don't you worry, Lady Leveva.
Give me a few summers and I'll have an entire army of geomancers trained by your very lining up at your desk. Entire army of Kyokuhos. What? Is that a problem?
This is weird.
For the study of geometric secrets provided. For the study of geomancy's secrets provides insight into your own field, giving rise to a new technique. Once you have done so, the next astrological quest will be failure. What? Pretty sure I just need to build a higher level. Anyways, that is it for today. I know it's been 2 hours and 30 minutes. But I've only wanted to do one of the Heaven Sword quests, and then I'll probably be back later today. Later today, I can still say that. And do, oh god, it froze. And try to do both the Bard and what's it called? Black Mage. Yarg, 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 yarg. And then after that, I do the Alliance, the Beast Tribe Alliance quest, and then think about doing other things. But once I'm done with the Beast Tribe Alliance quest, I'm gonna do the remaining... Oh god! Remaining, what you call it? Brain's not there yet. What am I thinking of? Why must my brain do this to me? Oh, the remaining role quests, which I have 2 left, which is the Healer and the Magic Defense. I'm still deciding on whether I want to do it as a White Mage or a Scholar. Most likely I'm going to go Scholar. I mean, White Mage or Astrologian. Most likely I'm going to go Astrologian. Because why not? Because why not? Alright. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for watching, and if you're watching the pod, please come to the live stream. I usually start stream between 10 to 7. I'm gonna try and narrow it down and basically be consistent starting at 7. Try to. I still can't, but I will try. Again, thank you for watching. Yeah. Like and subscribe, and have a good morning, evening, afternoon.